Good morning. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Sandy. I don't understand why these lights, so let me show you what they look like. Up there, they're spotlights. That's just the lights that are in here. Some days they have rays coming down, some days they don't. So, sorry, deal. Mm. Good morning. It's Tuesday. Okay, let me get right to it so Stephen doesn't get upset about this. Yesterday, not Sunday, because remember we had to let the chicken sit for a day before we ate. Okay, catch up time, catch up time. My significant other and I have chickens on the side of our house. We live in a regular neighborhood, but it's an unincorporated neighborhood. So Indy built a chicken coop. And we have one big hen, Bob, Roberta, but we call her Bob, who lays for us every day. We have fresh eggs every day. And we bought more chicks. And we've had a continuing saga of the most adorable, fuzzy little chicks, some who manage to live and some who get pecked. And we joke all the time about how we get so much in our common vernacular of words and phrases that actually come from chickens, like henpecked. Henpecked is not a good thing, let me just say. Anyway, we accidentally bought a chicken, Frisco, who was growing like 3, 4 times as fast as her sister. We couldn't figure it out. We thought maybe we bought a turkey. So we took it back to return it, and they said, "You don't have a turkey. This is a meat hen, not a laying hen, and it's bred to grow faster and bigger so that it can be slaughtered and eaten quicker." Not happy about that. But we already had her and they weren't taking her back. So we decided, okay, we have chickens for eggs. Maybe once a month we'll have a chicken for dinner. I tried very hard not to get close to Frisco, so I didn't feel bad on execution day. Indy was so wonderful about taking care of all of it. I left and visited Fritzy for the day, and he took care of doing everything that had to happen for us to have a delightful chicken dinner. Well, I have to be honest with you. We might try this again. And after all of Indy's incredibly hard work to make us the best fried chicken dinner on the face of the earth, like so fresh and delicious, right? She was actually kind of tough. Yeah. Um, Smelled good. The corn was nice and we had mashed potatoes and gravy with it. What can I tell you? It seems like such a letdown after this big, hey, let's get Frisco and fryer and Crisco and chicken fricassee. Good morning, Opa. Was not the best chicken dinner I ever had. And it's funny because we were going to invite friends over to share because literally when Indy took the chicken and put it on the scale, yeah, she was a tough old bird, you're right. When you put her on the scale, she literally broke the scale. I mean, the scale only went kitchen scale only went to 5 pounds. She was huge. So we decided we'd invite friends over for chicken dinner. They couldn't come, and I'm so glad because wouldn't have wanted to share that with them. Anyway, we ate what we ate. The dogs loved leftovers. What can I say? They've been trying to get to the chickens for ages, and they got it. Mm. So, yeah. By the way, the other thing we got from the chicken was da 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 da. The chicken dance. We can keep doing that anyway, right? Good morning, Jenny. Good to see you here. All right, it's International Museum Day. You can go inside now and if you have a breathable mask, walking around a museum with a mask on is not a bad idea. Look, I know that if you're double vaccinated in some places, they now give you the choice of wearing a mask or not. Indoors, sorry, I'm still with a mask. Still wearing a mask indoors. That's just the way it goes. And I'll probably do that for a while. Yeah, I feel safer. It's no dirty dishes today. I don't know about you, but I don't go to bed until the kitchen's cleaned up. Because one of the worst things I can think of is waking up in the morning and walking into the kitchen and seeing dishes piled up. Nope. I don't care how tired I am. I so infrequently go to bed with a dirty kitchen. Sorry, just my thing. I don't know. We all have our thing, right? It's Visit Your Relatives Day. So I guess I'll go see Fritzy today. And I'm thinking, Cousin Rhonda, if you're listening, it's time. We're both double vaccinated. On 23andMe, my friends, I got hooked up with I guess she's a second cousin. Our grandpas were brothers. Yeah, how cool is that? And she lives a few hours from here. But if we each drive halfway, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of excited. Kind of. I'm very excited. I mean, this is my blood. It's very cool. So, Rhonda, my cousin, it is time for us to meet. I say officially, it is time. Yeah. I don't know if you've ever done 23andMe or any of the DNA testing things, but it's pretty cool to find out that, yeah, out there, you've got all kinds of relatives you didn't even know you had. The hard part is figuring out how you're related. I mean, in this case, it wasn't too terrible because we were so closely related that we could kind of, throw hints to each other until we finally figured out, okay, now I know who you are. It's kind of exciting. I'm sure there's some of you out there who do genealogy charts and stuff like that. I've never done that, but I think it'd be fascinating. Know what your roots are. Yeah. Of course, be prepared for some surprises. Hey, it's also National Dinosaur Day. What is it about kids and dinosaurs? They can't learn simple things, but they can learn these huge, long names and information about dinosaurs. When I was a teacher, I used to love to teach about the dinosaurs. Oh, and by the way, there's this theory that kind of like with the cows emitting gas causing a problem for our atmosphere, that it was the gas of the dinosaurs that warmed up the planet. And I don't know. It's just a theory. It's just a theory. Oh, well, let's see here. It says Ginny did ancestry DNA and they tell you how you're related. Oh, like they even tell you like what relatives you have in common? That's kind of cool. I didn't have that. It just said we were related and here's possibly where the connection comes in, and that was about it. Anyway, dinosaurs. When I taught third grade, we did a whole thing on dinosaurs, and I wrote all these dinosaur songs to help the kids remember about them. Let's see. Let me see if I remember any of them. Oh, Triceratops had 3 horns on his back. Oh, Triceratops had 3 horns on his back. 3 horns on his back and his tail went whack, whack. Oh, you get the idea, right? And we did that for every single dinosaur. I wrote some kind of song for them. And they were fun. Yeah, I know. I loved studying dinosaurs with my kids. I live near the dinosaurs. Oh, that's right. That's right. On the way from LA to Arizona, say, just before you get to Palm Springs, there's this place that has these giant dinosaurs. Now, rumor has it that at one time they were used in movies because the area is pretty desolate out there. But now it's kind of like a touristy trap. You can stop and you can pay and see the dinosaurs and climb into one of the giant ones. one of the dinosaurs that you can go in, even if you don't pay. You go up these stairs into the dinosaur and you can look out the dinosaur's eyes and stuff. And it's actually it's a little store. It's a little souvenir shop. Yeah, Max and I did that. When Max was little, we used to stop at the Thank you for reminding me. We used to stop at the dinosaurs to and from taking him home. Yeah. Because for a little kid, especially, I have tons of pictures of Max this big with the dinosaurs that are this. I mean, they're huge. They're huge. But now they like paint them and they're kind of silly, I think. They're kind of cartoony now. Before, they looked like real giant, huge dinosaurs right there on the side of the road. And if you're making that drive, I still recommend you stop. It's still cool. Thank you for reminding me, Ginny. That's right. We have dinosaurs right here in my desert. But Marlene, I don't know if you're here. You haven't said good morning yet, but Marlene has lilacs growing at her place. Yes, and they're coming into bloom. There aren't many flowers that smell that much like home to me. My mother loved lilacs. So at this time of year, they grew back east in the Midwest. And we always had lilacs in our home. I should go buy some. If they have them, they had some like a month ago, but they didn't really smell good. So I didn't buy them. And they were expensive. But lilacs are so beautiful. Yeah, they're coming. They're coming to a store near you soon, I hope, because I love them. What else? Oh, happy birthday to Tina Fey and Perry Como. Now, why did I put them together? Well, both are Italian. And what's interesting is Perry Como's real name was Pierino, and they called him Perry. And Tina Fey's real name was Petrino, and they called her Tina. Yeah. I kind of like their real names, Petrino and Pirino and Petrino. Yeah. So I know you guys probably know Tina Fey as somebody who wrote skits and was a cast member on Saturday Night Live. That's, I think, what made her like really famous, actually. She also wrote 30 Rock. I don't know if you knew that. And she wrote Mean Girls. Mean Girls was such a cool movie. I think most of the females on the planet could relate to that movie in some ways. Yeah. Happy belated birthday to your sister today, Opa. Ta-da! And Perry Como, he was Fritzy's favorite, like by far. So this morning while I was getting ready to meet with you, I had You Know Who shuffling music by him. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Save it for a rainy day. Yeah, Catch a Falling Star was a big one. What else? It's Impossible. That was a beautiful song. And after I heard him do it, I heard the Carpenters do their version of it. And I got to say, they really did a nice job with it. Anyway, that was Fritzy's favorite. We watched the Perry Como show every week. And I know I've mentioned this before, but my favorite part was at the very end. He would have this like room with bags and piles of letters, and he would take letters from his fans and they would say what song they wanted him to end the show with. And each week he would go into the letter room and he would pick a letter, and that's the song he would end with. But the song going into the letter room was Letters, we get lots and lots of letters. Dear Perry, would you be so kind to sing my request? Oh, sing the song I like best. You get the idea. Yeah, that's why he had a musical show and I don't. But I can try. What else? I got an invitation to a graduation party in LA. I don't know that I can go, but the invitation to the graduation party was for a young lady whose mother I've known since she was born. Ugh, talk about making you feel old. Her grandma was a teenager when I first met her grandma. And her grandma used to work with me in the balloon biz. In fact, she sent me a message this morning saying, hey, I want to build a giant arch over the food table, but they won't allow blah, 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 blah. So help me here again. How can I build an arch without... Some things you just never forget. I think most of you know I used to have a company called Balloon Affair in the South Bay area of LA. And we were just decorating fools. We just did magic with balloons. That's what we did. 2001, Shrek was released. I have loved that movie since the minute it came out. Yes. Yes. And I have some secret little giggles about that, but I love Shrek. That's all I can tell you. It was, I think, the first full-length feature movie that won an Academy Award as Best Animated Feature. There should be a special award just for full-length animated movie. What a job, huh? Oh, in 1940, Brussels fell to the German army during World War II. Yeah. So let's talk about Brussels for a minute, because I love Brussels. I even love Brussels sprouts. Okay, but that's not where we're going. I visited Brussels about 5 years ago, something like that, on my own. On my own. See, you don't get what a big deal that was. I went to Europe with my daughter. Thank you, Big Jeff, for sending us for my birthday. We went to Europe and we had a wonderful time, but in Amsterdam, she had to leave. It was time for her to go home, but I still had like another whole week that I could spend there. So I took a train from Amsterdam to Brussels. I stopped in The Hague along the way and went to the Escher Museum, which was probably my highlight of the entire European trip because I love Escher. Anyway, I got to Brussels. And it was important to me to go there because my dad was there during the war and he loved Brussels. And he brought back a little statue. Well, to me at the time, it was a big statue because I was a little kid. I wasn't born yet. Let me get that straight. But growing up as a little kid, the statue was always on display somewhere. And it was a statue of a little guy called Mannequin Piss. Mannequin Piss was a little boy, naked, holding his thing and peeing. And as a kid, I thought that was hilarious. And that somebody would actually build a statue like that, where the waterfall, the water fountain was, like that. It was like, oh my God, that's crazy. So my goal was to see the real Mannequin Piss in Brussels. So I searched all over the city because it was a huge, famous thing. And I saw it on all the maps, but I couldn't find it. And then the second day, I followed the directions to where it said to look. And I looked, and the whole thing was only about this big. I was shocked. I was absolutely shocked. The real thing wasn't all that much bigger than the little tiny thing my father brought home. But the saddest part for me was when I moved from Los Angeles to Palm Desert, I couldn't find it anymore. And I was so distressed because I wanted to find the Mannequin Piss. So I set out on a goal of spending my time there, going from antique store to antique store to find another one. You could go in any souvenir store and buy junky ones, but I wanted to find another one like my dad's. I didn't, but I bought like a bazillion of these little teeny tiny ones. In fact, I bought so many that I gave them out. And then for months, my kids and I did like Elf on the Shelf, and we would place the little Mannequin Piss in different positions. The funniest ones were where we put him on the edge of the toilet like he was peeing in the toilet. Anyway, Mannequin Piss. And then, lo and behold, I unpacked some more boxes and I found the original. He wasn't very big, was he? I remember him as being just giant. But this is the guy. This is my little fella that my daddy brought home from World War II. I think he's made of lead. He's very heavy. And he's very cute, isn't he? Okay, that's my Brussels story. It fell in 1940, but apparently they didn't do a lot of damage there because, oh, lordy, lordy, it's a gorgeous city. It is so beautiful. It's also Reggie Jackson's birthday today, by the way. Remember we talked about him the other day? He was the first Major League Baseball player to strike out 2,000 times. Yeah. And in 1964, the Animals recorded, "There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun." I loved the Animals. Eric Burton did a concert on the beach in Hermosa years ago, and we were all out there dancing to the Animals music. Yeah, it was cool. All right. I'm running late today, huh? Okay, word art. Word art is very short, so that's good news. All it is try it on, then decide. You don't have to make these snap decisions. You don't. I mean, don't you test drive a car? Yeah. Don't you try on clothes before you buy them? Make sure they fit. You can do that with ideas and feelings and people. Give it a shot. Don't make a quick decision. Nobody's forcing you to. Well, at least not usually. And when you have to make a quick decision, think fast. Yeah. My friends, it is Tuesday. It is Tuesday. That means it's like the beginning of the week still. I have my glasses that match what I'm wearing today. But I'm not wearing it for tennis, so I got to go change. Hey, what do I say? What do I do? I'll see you there. And I will see you tomorrow with a sip and a smile. Good morning, y'all.